Happy Sip and Sparkle Sunday. Hello, Miss Sheri.
It's not Tips and Tricks Thursday, it's Sip and Sparkle
It
Sunday.
is. Cheers. We're drinking water today. It's all about hydration, folks. So we thought it would be fun if we interviewed the lovely Miss Sheri Bell. Since you see the fun, goofy, quirky side of her with our tips and tricks videos, a lot of you may not know what she actually does, and it's pretty awesome. So, super
I'm
excited.
an embalmer.
Yeah, no. Why don't you share something that maybe our audience members do not know about you?
I'm learning the ukulele.
Yes.
I'm learning Spanish. I go to Panama. On
Yes.
a mission trip, but specific to what I do as a writer, I want everybody to know that I've written a book about the tooth fairy for kids, which has done very well, but I want people to keep buying it. And I hope that the play, actually the kids musical that was adapted from it, finally gets on the road so we can bring that to McKinney, because that would just rock my world if all my friends could see it.
Yes.
It was so cute.
Oh my gosh, if it came to Impact, how cool would that be?
That would be cool.
That would be amazing. Did you just your entire life want to be a writer, or how did that evolve?
I like to say that I grew up in a household where I wasn't allowed to have opinions. Let me rephrase that. I was told often that I said the wrong thing. And my mother wanted me to think in very, I think a very narrow bandwidth. So I think I have found writings that I did, like the poems and stuff, but they're all about this kid who's trying to scream, like, let me have a voice, let me have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
Still, to end up a writer cracks me up because it was never my intention. Yeah, so I was working for a pharmaceutical company in their PR department, and I was doing press releases. Oh my God. That's hell. That could be hell to make me have to write press releases.
Boring.
Super boring. And you pour all this work into them, and the media people go, and they throw it out. So, and my boss was like, "You're actually a really good writer," and I was like, "Stop, stop." So, I started. She actually challenged me out because I didn't believe that I could write beyond a stupid press release. She challenged me to go to the newspaper and say, "I'd like to write a feature story for you."
Oh,
and so that
wow.
actually launched my career because I can remember making that phone call going, "Hi, do you hire freelance writers?" And he's like, "Yeah, but you got to bring this story to us." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Make it interesting." So I ended up writing for the newspaper a lot, and it was always in the feature department though, because I've never been a hard news person. I hate hard news, and I hate the structure they have to follow. You know, I like the inverted pyramid much better. And so I wrote lots of features about community stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, and that was fun. And then I started writing for area magazines. So where I lived, it was like 4 states came together, and so there were city and local magazines in each of those areas. And so there were a lot of writing opportunities. And in that first year, that's where I actually learned the basics of writing. Like, what is a nut graph? And, you know, you have to start out interesting, and then you have to continue your points, and then you have to end with that point that you started with. So, yeah, I don't recommend anybody go to writing school, especially to get your master's in writing. It's a waste of time and money. You can learn so much more just by going on YouTube and watching writers and
I'm sure.
practicing and trying to write a book. Like I tried to write a novel, and it's okay. I published it, but I'm not proud of it. But I wanted to do it. And I think the most interesting thing about writing is that there's so many ways that you can be a writer. Right, so now I'm about to step into a documentary project with an artist friend here, and that has me super excited because what I've learned about myself over this last 20 years is, well, I like how Seth Godin says it. Seth Godin, do you know who he is? If you don't know who Seth Godin is, he's like a marketing guru, and you should go and look at his stuff online on YouTube. Seth Godin, it's Godin. He says there's 2 kinds of freelance writers. There's the kind that meets the need that they're being asked. Like, so someone says, just write me a brochure. And you're like, okay, what do you want to be in the brochure? Okay. So they write the brochure and the client walks away and they're like, oh, I got exactly what I want. And then they're the catalysts. So I'm a catalyst. My strength is hearing what the client wants and going, oh, I can do that. I'm happy to take your $2,000 or whatever, but that's not going to get you anything. That's not going to get you what you want. What I'm hearing you saying is you need this. So the clients that have come back to me are those who like catalysts. Mm-hmm. The ones who are like, I just want this brochure and I want it. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's so boring and it's not going to help you because a lot of business owners, they try to cram like 20 things, like they do 20 things. They want all 20 of those messages in that one brochure, right? And I'm like, well, first off, who's the target market? What really is the message here? So I have discovered that I love looking at stuff from like an eagle view and going, so what is it that you're trying to do? Okay, so let's take that component and give me a story. I need a story. And people go, well, I don't know what story means. And I'm like, story is that thing that grabs us and makes us go, ooh, or, ooh, I gotta hear more about that. Or that would change my life. Or, oh my gosh, that is totally me right now. That's why I guess I hate normal magazine or, newspaper writing. It's John Doe killed his cat at 4 a.m. 3 neighbors heard it. Meow, said the first one. No, it was more like meow. So I don't care.
I know, that's like facts.
I know. And don't ask me. I used to write like for women's magazines. I used to write like 5 ways to slim your thighs. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care in the grand scheme of stuff. I want to write stuff that changes either the person that's asking me to write it, or it changes their company, or it changes their view of the world, or it changes the world. And a lot of the projects that I've been working on this year, I truly feel I have brought a lot of value to them. They have a lot of value, and I think they're going to do a lot of good things for them.
That's exciting. So you're kind of a visionary in a sense.
I have the ability to look down and say, why are you so stuck on that component? I remember, so one of the clients that we both know I worked for, he wanted a postcard. And he said, I want this visual. And I'm like, why this visual? He's like, because I really like it. And I'm like, okay, but that visual is not going to get you what you want because it has nothing to do with the message that you're asking me to write. So it's a conflicting message. So I spend a lot of time helping people to focus down on that message. And then we look at, okay, what's the logical order of producing that message and in what vehicle should we do it? So when people say to me, what are you? I always cringe because I'm always like, I'm a freelance writer. And they go, oh, will you look at my stuff? I go, no, not freelance writer.
Freelance.
Freelance is when I am free to choose the people that I want to work with and the projects that I want to work with. Yeah.
What are you kind of working on now? Just to kind of give our viewers an idea of the things that you're working on right now.
I am helping to edit a book of someone that we both know in the community who's trying to build a speaking career. And that is super, super fun. And I got to tell you why it's fun. Because I've helped other people to do their books, and it hasn't been fun. It's painful. Because again, when you are working with a writer, you should really open your mind to the fact that maybe you're too tunnel vision. The other thing that happens when people ask me to help them with their books is I realize they already know everything, so they want us to start on point F instead of A, right? So it'd be like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, whoa. Who are these people? Why should I care? Why should I care that you care? Like, back up the bus, right? We need to start at A. But that's, everybody knows that. I'm like, no. You know that, right?
Because they're the expert.
They're the expert. They become the expert. I'm not asking a client to do everything that I say. Like, I'm not the boss. I'm just saying, we can do that, but here's what you need to know. You're starting from F. Nobody knows what A, B, C, D, E are. And if you want me to care, I need to first understand why you care, why this is important. Like, I talk about Seth Godin all the time, but he's like, help me understand why I should give you my next 30 minutes, right? So a lot of small business owners, I just feel like they think they have to throw the whole kitchen sink into something because it might be the only time they get somebody to listen. And I'm like, nope, let's wash one dish at a time, right? And put all those dishes in the dishwasher and create a campaign. So another thing that my bread and butter client is a really big nonprofit. And I'm super excited because I came to her with, here's where I think you guys are missing the boat. And she actually said to me, wow, if you can build a campaign around that, we'll do it in 2020. So it's going to be an email campaign.
Nice.
It's going to be a blog post campaign based on these 3 reports that are going to position them as a thought leader in the world. She is stretched so thin.
Right.
And I just come in and I do my small sliver, you know, and I can go, I'm confused. Why are we doing this when, right? And then she's able to then go, oh, wow. Right? Yeah. So that's how I think I bring value. Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, and you like the collaboration,
I love
too.
the collaboration.
That is so important, too.
For you and me, it's like, who do I find as a client who wants a catalyst, A, who then has the bandwidth to not only think about it, but then to implement it. Yeah.
What are some things that you enjoy doing for fun?
You know, I'm not real good at the ukulele, but I enjoy it. You know?
Hey, you're getting good, though.
But just the fact that I can hold, like I've tried to do the guitar and it's way too big for me. Just to be able to hold a little something and hear those just little strings and, you know, my 8 chords that I know now and my 4 strumming patterns. I don't even know one whole song yet because I can't quite get it all together. Like my brain still isn't like, here's where you put the words in and here's, I will get there though. I see myself.
And that's
yes,
it.
I see myself speaking fluent Spanish and I see myself entertaining others with the ukulele.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So it will happen. It will come to fruition. If you visualize and see yourself doing it, it will happen.
You got to put in the work, though.
Yes.
You can't just sit on your toilet and go, I'm Liberace. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And you're also very artistic.
Yes. Being involved in the arts community in McKinney is a gift. We're so lucky to live in McKinney in the historic area and have such a vibrant arts community. So helping with projects there, again, that documentary, and then I helped a couple of artists with their statement bios, like what am I, what am I doing, why should you care? But then I also did some website content for a new arts endeavor that came to town, and that was fun. Yeah. So, and then making art, yeah.
She's very talented. You paint, you sculpt, you puppet.
I think if I invested in art classes, I might see some talent emerge. Right now, I'm just dabbling.
She's very modest.
Hey, I tried to do watercolor the other day in one of Andrea Holmes's classes. She's an artist here. Sucked at it. Sucked because first off it was watercolor, and then we were trying to do a light bulb, which I'm like, why did I try to paint a light bulb for my first project
on a white background?
Yes.
Well, this has been fun. This has been great. I think our viewers have really gotten to see the authentic, real Sheri, and I think it's pretty awesome. So,
well, I cuss a lot too, so they haven't seen that.
Well, we all can on occasion. But this has been awesome. So, in closing, how do people reach out to you if they need your services for writing, blogging?
Well, they can go to my website, which is sheribell.com. Or they can message me on Facebook.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Well, until next Sunday, may you sip and sparkle. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.